we're gonna spend the next week reading as many books as possible that I am excited about. There's really not a game plan going into this besides that I have really been burnt out and I want to love reading again. I've definitely been in a slump. So we're just gonna go at my own pace and just kind of hopefully enjoy reading because the slump has hit me and it's been hard, and I'd like to get my love back before May starts because there's a competitive team-based readathon in May called Escape the Readathon that I'm very excited to be co-hosting, and I just want to be back in a reading mood for that. So we're going super slow. And in the veins of that, I'm gonna do something that I never do in vlogs, and I'm gonna talk about a book that I actually have already started. I'm not gonna start it with you. I am currently 80% into City of Heavenly Fire. Typically I'm someone who likes to start and end books in the same vlog, but I was working on a vlog the first half of this month and then realized I was in a slump and scrapped that vlog because I wasn't reading. But I still wanted to talk to you about this book because I have been loving this book even though I'm slumping. I've just been reading it a lot slower because of the slump. But I'm currently on chapter 22, so I'm like 80% into this. This is the 6th and final book in the Mortal Instrument series, and I do think this is possibly my favorite book in the series. I've definitely done some things odd for a lot of people in this series. I decided to read the entire Mortal Instrument series before I went into the Clockwork Angel series, even though that like publication order and recommended order is to read these 3, stop, and then go pick up the Clockwork Angel series. But I personally do not regret what I've done at all. I actually think it's part of the reason I've been enjoying City of Heavenly Fire so much. I don't think I personally would have enjoyed this as much if I had gone and read Clockwork Angel, and I also think I am setting myself up for success for me to love Clockwork Angel because I've definitely come to the point in this book where we've gotten some of the like spoilers for Clockwork Angel. So the reason this is recommended is because this series does spoil the ending of Clockwork Angel, but I'm a spoiler lover, and for me kind of knowing what's happening has me more intrigued to see how these characters got to the place they're at, and that works really well for my reading style. Like no point of me is like, oh, this series is going to be ruined because I know where it ends. It's actually the opposite effect for me, where I'm actually more excited to dive into that series because I'm like, oh, if it gets here and I love them now, I feel like I'm gonna be emotionally like devastated by like seeing it all come together. For me, that works really well, but I know it wouldn't work for everyone. So I just like a heads up that technically a lot of people recommend reading this series before reading the last 3 books in this series. I think Easter eggs are Easter eggs, and I think you get something different out of both experiences. That's who I am as a reader. I've never been someone who really feels like things spoil other things in books. It mostly just feels like Easter eggs to each other for me, a different reading experience, but neither is right and neither is wrong. But I do think that has like brought enjoyment for me in this book also, because I have been like trying to find the Easter eggs to Clockwork Angel that I don't even know about, and that's fun for myself. And as soon as I figured it out, I went, oh yeah, I'm sat for that series. Like it has me more excited, which is really, really good. I feel like this one has been very action-packy, and it has been in different setting than the other books. I think it reminds me more of like the setting of book 3, which is my second favorite in the series. So overall, I'm just having a really, really good time with this one. For a while, I thought it could be a 5-star, and I think if I wasn't slumping, it could have been a 5-star, but with my slump and how long it's taking me to read, it's feeling a little bit more like a 4-star personally. But we'll see, because the ending may knock it out of the park, because I do think Sandra Clare is really good at tying everything together and her endings and everything. Also, I'm curious if there's a character in this that is setting up another series in this world that I would also be really, really excited for. Like, I love Emma, and I'm like, do we get an Emma story in like the next story after Clockwork Angel, like the one that was published right after this one? Because that would be really good for me because I really like her as a character. So I think there's just like a lot to be set up in this, and I think Cassandra Clare's like world building is so good. I'm very like deeply surprised by how obsessed I am in this world and how much I want more of it. I think I'm someone who's learning that I really love these like epic worlds with like connecting series and stuff like that I can read independently, but they all have Easter eggs to each other. I think I'm really, really, really enjoying that. And I like that this one has Easter eggs that have more substance to them. It's not just like one line, but that I don't have to necessarily read in a specific order, and I could skip some things and stuff like that. Like, I think my enjoyment is just as high even having skipped this, even though I'm gonna go back to this. Other books that I'm hoping to read, just like really quickly off the top of my brain, I still need to get to Starside, which is my buddy read book club book for Patreon of the month. I haven't heard the best things. People have been reading it in Discord and it's really been terrifying me, but I would like to try this one. Another one that I'm super excited about is Beneath by Ariel Sullivan, which is the prequel trilogy to another series that I've read by this author. This is a dystopian romance, and I really did enjoy Conform, which is the first book in the first trilogy. There's gonna be 3 trilogies within this world. Again, I love these like mass universe things that are happening. But listen, I'm a mood reader and I have a feeling I could just get to none of these. I could end up starting Clockwork Angel once I'm done City of Heavenly Fire, although I think me and Mel are going to buddy read Starside together, so I should probably hop to this one. But also my gaming addiction is real and I'm probably gonna play a lot of games this week. Really, all I want to do is play Expedition 33, especially because, oh my god, I'm gonna cry. Literally like 2 seconds into this video, holy shit. I just found out that my lens stopped working. Thankfully, I have a boyfriend who also does YouTube and stuff, so I have his lens on my camera currently and a new one coming for me tomorrow, but it just feels like the world's out to get me right now. It just feels like it's been one bad thing after the other. But I'm actually not here to talk to you about that. I just kind of want to like move past that and kind of like forget it happened because it's solved. The issue is being fixed, you know, like there's nothing else I can do. And I just like don't want to sit in my sadness today. So really all I want to go do is play video games and stream on Twitch. But first, before I'm allowed to do that, Nick and me have friends coming over this weekend. So I need to do some like cleaning. Our bathrooms need to be scrubbed down and probably our kitchen just needs like a good like vacuum and mop and stuff like that. It shouldn't take me too much time, but I'm a little bit like overwhelmed right now. So it might take me longer than expected, but at least I'm hoping to finish the last book in the Mortal Instruments while I do this. And so far I'm loving this. I've read a little bit more and currently I'm obsessed with where the ending is going. So at least that feels good that like although the world is crapping on me and I was in a reading slump, I feel like I'm already like back out of the reading slump. At least I'm hoping so, and like literally just giving myself the grace to just like read whatever I wanted I think kind of helped me with that, or like to do whatever I wanted. Or maybe it's just that I would rather escape into books than think about real world currently and the shit going wrong in my life between this and then YouTube, and it's just not been great for me and like my income currently with Nick getting laid off, and I'm just a little stressy. But we're gonna do some stress cleaning. I can't believe I'm crying in like the second clip of a vlog. We're gonna stop crying and then we're gonna go beat some bosses on Expedition 33 today on stream because like I just need to like hit something in video game format. Or I'll play Baldur's Gate 3 with Mel or something. My nose is so red from crying. I look like Rudolph. Ugh. Okay, bye. This is not the right thing to read while I'm already sad. I'm scrubbing the toilet and crying. Don't buy a house with 3 washrooms, by the way. This book is devastating. Why didn't I stop 50 pages ago? Okay, you don't have to convince me. I'm giving it 5 stars. I think even if I wasn't just like a sad girl today, I would have been crying over my chicken nuggets because this isn't a book. It's a very emotional, impacting work of art. I think Cassandra Clare is one of the best. She should go up in like a Hall of Fame because even though I'm reading these as an adult, these stories are so complex. They are more complex than I feel like half of the adult stuff that I read. There's a character in these for literally everybody. There's someone that you can see yourself in and relate to and see the emotions or discuss like heavy hitting topics. Like she does so much in this. Her whole conversation about Alec and coming out to his parents and how they react and stuff was so raw. I feel like there's a scene at the end of this story that had me just like in my feels and like heartbroken but also happy, and the way all the characters exist feels so real. It feels very, very nuanced. There is not a single character in here that isn't flawed. There's not a single character in this that doesn't have good traits either. Even like the villains have humanity in them even when they're not meant to be human. And so like there's this really, really well nuanced just story about humanity and like us as humans. Like there's a character study in this that I think is just beautiful and brilliant, and not to mention everything well plotted. The way she sets up the next series as well, because like I went and looked at the first book of the next series and I was like, okay, it is a character that I want to follow. And the way some of the characters we're seeing in this are going to travel over there and be in that next story, which I think is like 5 years later. And then also the way we see the characters from the Clockwork Angel series that I haven't read yet, which technically came out like in between book 3 and 4. I'm like, oh my god, there's just so much well plotted, there's so much well done, there's so much to just exist in. Like I don't even think I've taken this whole book in yet, this whole world yet. I think as I read I'm gonna be like, oh, to like little other things, the way that like our real life myth and lore and like even the Bible comes into play with like angels and demons and all of that. I'm just so amazed by this. This is the best YA series I think that I've ever read in terms of complexities. It is not my favorite. I still love the Aurelian Cycle. I still think I've had more fun with some other ones, but I think in terms of like actual quality, like complexityness, nothing can ever beat this. Like this is insane. This was incredible. I felt so much for these characters in the end that I was literally just bawling. Like I couldn't stop it. And yes, I'm in a bad place right now. I get that that probably affected how easy I was to cry, but I truly think that I would have been bawling regardless because I just feel so emotionally affected by everything that happened. And I think that everything was wrapped up really nicely with like little Easter eggs to the next series, and has me very, very excited to dive in to whatever comes next in this world. And I understand why so many people who and holler about this, like I understand why so many people are shouting from the rooftops to read this, that this is incredible, because I agree. Like I did not expect this when I picked up Cassandra Clare. Like I did not think these were going to be this complex. No part of me did. And I'm just sitting here like, why did I wait so long to read this? I would have loved these as a teenager for sure, and I 100% love these now. I'm so happy that I'm going to have these like gorgeous editions too. Like I really like these like old hardcover editions, and so I need to try and get them in everything that I can. But yeah, so obsessed. Now that I'm done this, I think I am gonna start the audiobook for Starside, and then I actually started a Kindle book this morning and I'm reading Bloodbound on my Kindle. I have an arc of this. It comes out soon. I've heard really good things, and I'm on chapter 2, and I have to say like I'm kind of obsessed. I started this vlog like literally yesterday being like, I want to get out of my slump, and I feel like I already feel refreshed out of my slump. However, I'm hoping that like the bad things that are happening in my life don't like push me more into my slump. Because of that, I'm really gonna take it easy. Like part of my brain originally today was like, okay, we're gonna clean, we're gonna finish Mortal Instruments, and then we're gonna start the audiobook for Starside, and we're gonna get more stuff done as well around the house. And I just know like that isn't gonna be good for my mental health today, so I'm gonna go play video games and stream that on Twitch. And so that is the world that I get to live in, which is very exciting for me. But I'm hoping to keep the slump away by kind of like listening to myself, and I'm hoping it'll make me more excited to read at night and stuff also. And so then I will have an audiobook of Starside while I'm cooking, while I'm doing all that stuff, and then I'm gonna read my Kindle book at night and in the mornings, which I like to read in bed quite a bit. But Bloodbound, I really don't know a lot about, but it's written by 2 authors, which I've had really good luck. And then currently we have one character who is going to battle a prince because of a treaty that has been made between like the 2 kingdoms, where for peace the heirs have to like battle each other to the death. And our main character doesn't have magic, and the heir that she has to battle, like the prince she has to battle, is supposed to be like the strongest heir. And then he also is bonded to a dragon. There's definitely dragons coming in like the blood bond. The other POV we have is someone who's like living on the street and is kind of making their money in like a carnival situation by like throwing knives at like an apple on someone's head and stuff like that. We're kind of learning about the blooded, which are the people with magic, through her, and there's definitely something about her in her past that we don't know, and there's like mystery about. As I said, I'm only like done chapter 2. I think I started chapter 3 this morning, but I'm instantly intrigued. I really like the writing quite a bit, and it's written by 2 authors, and I've had pretty good luck when it comes to 2 author like dual writing. I want to read more books that have like multiple authors. I don't know why, but for some reason they seem to really work for me, and I'm very much interested in this one. one. I want to keep reading it for sure, so I'm hoping to carve out some time tonight to read. But also my gaming addiction is at an all-time high between Expedition 33 and Baldur's Gate 3. There's not enough time in my day for all the things I love to do. And we're doing a lot better now that I feel like I just loved a book. Like that just gave me a bit of a pick-me-up. So that's good for me, at least. Honestly, I don't know when the last time I talked to you was. I know I finished my book. I know I gave it 5 stars. And then I think I have left you hanging because I have been deep, and I mean deep, into a run in Baldur's Gate 3. This is the second time I've attempted to play this game, but this time I'm playing it multiplayer. I'm playing it with my friend Mel from Eleanor Reads, and we're having so much fun. I think this game for me is so much better with someone else. It kind of challenges me in a lot of ways. I think the game is great on its own, but I definitely have more consistency with it with a friend, and I've had a lot of fun playing with her. I know we're gonna do some other runs of other games afterwards. Like we really have enjoyed playing a co-op game together that's like RPG and story based. So if you have any recommendations for us, please leave them down below. I think there's some pretty big ones on our list already on our wish list, but there's like a giant list. But sometimes if I get like a recommendation from someone that I actually like know and trust, it's like a lot better than me just going on the blank internet and looking up what games other people liked, or like really I just browse Steam and I'm like, that looks cool, which doesn't always work in my favor. But BJ3 is for the readers, and I've been really enjoying it, so that's a lot of fun. I'm playing a druid as my main character, and then honestly I'm obsessed with Shadowheart. I really like the cleric abilities. I definitely do play a little bit more support. I like to heal a lot. I've learned. I thought I hated healing, and then I learned that I really do heal up quite a bit. And then Mel is playing a sorcerer, and I think she's playing Helsin currently. She switches between Helsin and Laziel, so it's a druid and a soldier, but really she just likes to take hits with that one. So she plays Helsin in like beast form a lot. So that's been a lot of fun, but we have not done very much reading because I've just been deep in Baldur's Gate 3, and that's been fine and that's been fun. I'm so burnt out. Even after giving a book 5 stars, I feel like I'm still so freaking burnt out, and I think it's showing up in the other 2 books I'm reading, because I started Bloodbound and I'm 10% in and I am really enjoying it. I think it has potential to be absolutely incredible or to get really messy. There's just like a lot happening with the world building and stuff, and I'm like, this could become incredible and like rich and detailed, or things could get lost in the sauce, you know? So I feel like it could branch off either way, but like right now I'm still really excited about it. But I just find when I pick up a book to read, I'm honestly thinking about playing video games. I'm just deep in a video game addiction right now because I'm also playing Expedition 33 on my stream with everyone right now, and I'm about halfway through that one. So it's been like really bad, really bad. But like also mental health wise, let yourself do the things you want to do sometimes if you can. You still have to work, you still have to do things, but when you have the free time, let yourself do those things. And I've just been kind of letting my free time go to that. But then audiobook wise, I did start Starside. I'm only going into like chapter 3 right now, and currently I'm actually enjoying it, which we have a buddy read going for this in our Discord. It's my book club pick. So I've been seeing bad reviews coming through, like so many people DNFing, so many people thinking it's boring. Chapter 3, I'm interested in the setup. I'm interested in our main character. I think the world building with like the unique metals has been very cool. But other than that, I don't know much. I know Mel, who's also reading it, said that although it's really marketed as a trial story, it feels like a quest story. I love trials, I hate quests. So I'm trying to like set my expectations low with it and hoping I'll enjoy it more. But I'm gonna pop my headphones on and we're in the kitchen because I'm making dinner. I'm making a maple Dijon chicken for dinner that'll go in my air fryer. Honestly, the recipe's kind of on repeat at my house. It's just so easy to make this and have it taste good with like not a lot of time. Like if I marinated this only half an hour before, it's still gonna taste good. I have a couple hours, about 2 to 3 hours that this is gonna sit in the marinade today, but it's not something that like really has to sit in the marinade for a long time to get the like yummy flavor. I'm gonna listen to the audiobook while I do that, and that will get me a little bit further. I'm hoping to finish both of these books by the 1st, which is Friday, and it's Monday. So I do think I need to like buckle in and read more than I have been. And I think I'm at the point in my slump where even though I just said let yourself do things during your free time, this is also my job. So I think I'm at the point where I'm burnt out and in a slump. I kind of have to force myself into it a little bit. And that might just be like saying I have to read a certain amount each day or something. Sometimes that helps me just with like a little bit of guidance and structure. So I'm not sure 100% what I'm gonna do right now, because that could make it worse or could really help me. And I'm just such a wild card with things like that. But I do know sometimes trying guidance helps. I do like what I call TV sprints sometimes when I'm really burnt out, where I'm like binging a TV show. In between each episode, I have to read like a certain amount of pages or a chapter or whatever it is. And then I personally find that like the hardest part for me reading is like getting into a book. And once I'm into the book and I'm liking the book, it's really easy for me to want to read. And I think that's what's gonna happen with Bloodbound, is like once I'm like 30% in, I'm not gonna want to put the book down. So that's exciting for me, but I just need the push to get there because I'm burnt out. Even though I just gave a book 5 stars, I just am burnt out, and that's okay. Okay, let's make some food. I'm gonna be honest with you, life is still pooping on me. I don't know what it is. I don't know who I angered. But somebody is angered because about 5 months ago, sorry, you can hear the cats playing. We're downstairs and this is like a jungle gym for them because it's so much open space and they just like zoom around. But about 5 months ago, I scratched my eye. I have a cornea abrasion that happened in my eyeball, worst pain I've ever felt. And I was told at that time that it would never fully heal, that it would always be an issue that could come back because they're so hard to like fully heal, because when you sleep, your eyelid closes onto your lid, it like touches your lid, and then when you open it up in the morning, sometimes it's dry and it sticks and it like rips it open. And I think that's what happened last night because I am in so much pain in this eyeball right now, which extra sucks because I was planning on filming today. I have a TBR that I really need to film. I need to get up, but I'm not doing that today. There's no way I'm putting makeup on my face. Honestly, the fact that I can even stop this eye from like crying right now, like my eyeball itself is crying. I'm not necessarily crying, like it does hurt, but like I'm not crying, but my eyeball is crying constantly because it's just like trying to lubricate itself, because it essentially feels like there's something stuck in your eye that you can't get out because it's like the eye itself is cut, like sandpaper in my eyeball. It's not a pleasant feeling. It's actually one of the worst things I've ever felt. It's just like so constantly uncomfortable. So I don't know. I don't know what I did. I don't know who I pissed off, but I pissed someone off because life just hates me this month and I'm trying to not let it get me down. Really. I feel like I had my little like crying moment and I'm trying just to move past it. And so for now, we are just doing what we want to do today. Currently, I'm watching Tori's stream because Mel and me are almost on our Baldur's Gate 3 run. We have been binging it. I'm so obsessed. I'm obsessed with Shadowheart. Like, I actually love her. The story around her, I really, really, really did enjoy, and I'm kind of obsessed with her. So I want more games that make me feel that way, I think. I want to say my top 3 games are all turn-based. I want to say the like top 3 like RPGs that I've played are Baldur's Gate 3 at number 1. I think I really, really did love this game. And I like started with the best of the best, so that's bad. And then I think Fire Emblem Three Houses, or maybe Fire Emblem Three Houses first. I really liked both of those. I liked that they had like characters that you swapped in and out. I thought that was a lot of fun. And then I think Expedition 33, which again, characters you swap in and out, turn-based. I feel like there's more decisions that you made in Baldur's Gate 3 and Fire Emblem Three Houses. Expedition 33 is, I think, a little too linear for me. I thought I was someone who wanted linear, but I think I maybe don't. I like how Baldur's Gate 3 is linear in terms of like acts, but I can do things in any order within the act, and like my decisions affect things later on. I found myself very stressed about Shadowheart and wanting to make the right decisions for her character and for like my gameplay. And I think I felt the same way in Fire Emblem Three Houses because there's like a thing, like a path you can take in it. So I'm trying to think of what game I'm going to play afterwards, because currently I'm playing Baldur's Gate 3 and Expedition 33 and they're both going to end soon. I'm thinking Persona 5 Royal for streaming, but then my like on my own game or like my game with Mel could be literally anything. Like the world's our oyster, so if you have any suggestions, please let us know. We have so many things on our Steam wish list, just waiting for them to go on sale. Maybe we'll just do another Baldur's Gate 3 run. And then on top of that, I am going to send out bookmarks. That's going to be my plan, is to watch Tori, maybe watch some reality TV and send out bookmarks and listen to Starside. However, I'm kind of thinking about DNFing Starside. I'm on chapter 10 and it's not a hate read in any way or any capacity. However, I don't think I need to finish it because it's just going to be a 3-star read. And I feel like it's going to be a book I finish and I go, okay, I read that, It was okay, and I'm never gonna think about it. I'm never gonna continue on. And I feel like it's feeling like things are happening way too fast. It's just like this scene, this scene, this scene, this scene, this scene, this scene, this scene. And it feels like it's skimming over every scene, and we're not getting a lot of detail or anything like that into it. And so I'm just like very much unsure, because like there's nothing wrong with it. I'm not hating it. I'm even intrigued in like the aspect of like the world building and stuff. But I don't think I'm going to care enough to continue on in this series. And I feel like I'm at a place in my life, and I said this last year, I wanted to DNF more things to make it so that I'm obsessed, because quality over quantity. And so I think I'm talking myself into DNFing this right now. I think I am. What's the point in reading it if I'm just gonna give it 3 stars? You know, maybe you don't know, but like that's how I'm feeling today. And maybe it's also just because I'm in a crappy mood. At this point, this has just become a lifestyle vlog because I just got a really exciting package. I have been waiting for some sort of like sideboard situation behind my dining room table along a wall, and I have just been really struggling to find one, and I really liked these, and I've been sitting on them for a while. I think they're lower than I think that I want, just based on measurements, but I was like, I can't find anything that I like the style of, so I'd like to see what the low looks like and then make up my decision. So I decided to get them because although I want them to go behind my dining room table, I had other options. There's a spot downstairs where I think they could go. We also have this spot for them that's just like at the bottom of my stairs. Kitty zoomies. Oh. So I think that they could also go here. This is just like what you see as soon as you walk down the stairs, and it's kind of empty right now. So I feel like that could look really cute, and then it like looks onto our living room. I'm watching Real Housewives and packing bookmarks. And then currently we have like a chair here because we had people over to watch the Oilers game. And for our basement setup, I'm thinking like actually like one long couch here could look really cute, but then like in the back, like right here would be where they are. But that's only if they don't work upstairs. I just bought things with like multiple concepts for them. And so they just got here, so we're gonna build them together. We're gonna put them up and see what they look like. I got 2 because they're like small, but you put them next to each other and then they kind of create a sideboard thing. And I think I actually am gonna need a 3rd one, but it was cheaper to get 2 than to just get 1. And so I figured in case I didn't like them there, I would only want the 2 for like other places in my house. So I just went with 2 for now. And I'm just so excited. They just like look exactly like I want them to. Like I love the wood texture and the grains. They're like oak to bring in like the color of my like chairs and my light, and like, I'm really excited. So I hope I love them as much as I did just like online. So let's build them together, and then all of us say how much we love them in the comments if I love them. If I don't, you can talk shit about them, but if I love them, you have to zip your lips if you don't like them. Okay, this is what they turned out. I'm obsessed with the scalloped edges. However, they are definitely not long enough. It needs to be longer on either side, but I think if I get a 3rd, it's actually gonna be too long. I'm gonna have to measure that out and see. We're kind of keeping them up here until we like decide if we like them. And then the other thing we really need to fix is the doors aren't like straight, but that's partially because of our floor not being even, so we have to decide where they go before we fix that, and that's just like fixing the hinges and stuff, and we'll figure that out. But I love the way they look. I love that they pull in like this color a little bit, and if you go back, like that's the color on our light. But I just think that they're not long enough. They look too short. They're like shorter than the table, and it's weird. Obviously they're not centered, but we just like didn't care right now because we were just trying to see what they would look like. And then like the vision is also like an olive tree like right here. But yeah, I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. They might just stay here till I find something I like, because I do like having something there. I think I failed this reading vlog. I think I really failed overcoming burnout, and I'm trying to not be hard on myself if I'm being honest. There was a moment in this vlog where I thought we had did it. Like there was a moment when I finished City of Heavenly Fire where I was like, yes, I love reading again. It was false hope. Also, I'm being dramatic. I still love reading. I'm just being dramatic. Like I truly do still love reading. Reading isn't going anywhere. It's just like me speaking in absolutes even though I'm not meaning absolutes. I don't really know what to say because it is the day before the 1st of May, which means Escape the Readathon starts, which means I'm ending this vlog. I'm still 10% into Bloodbound. I just haven't continued it. I haven't had the want to pick it up. I go to bed, which is normally when I read, and I doom scroll or I watch videos. I just haven't wanted to read, and I think that that's sad. I really think that that's sad. I want to be reading again. I want to be loving books again. I truly do. And I think that's the worst part is like my mind wants to, but like my actual being just like isn't. And I'm struggling a little bit. But thank you for fighting burnout with me and failing. Thank you for the burnout fight fail. We did end up DNFing Starside, and we did finish The City of Heavenly Fire. I actually think, oh no, Pageathon happened this month. Outside of Pageathon, City of Heavenly Fire is the only book I finished because I DNF'd Starside, and then I also DNF'd A Deal with the Demon King, and then I only attempted to read during Pageathon. It's not looking good here. It's worse than I thought it was. I do think that if I had pushed myself to read more, this would have been incredible, and like I'm not giving up on this book. I'm not DNFing this book. I think it's gonna sit on my shelves because I have a vlog concept for the first couple weeks of Escape that is me reading sequels. I want to do another episode of Reader DNF. I'm thinking that will help me with my burnout because Reader DNF episodes tend to do pretty good on my channel, which like creating content that does good inspires me. And then it's sequels, it's books I've already loved. It's not things that I have to like really like get in the brain for. Like I have to find out a new world, like connect to new characters and all of that. And I was struggling, which in my opinion is always the hardest part of books. Like getting into a book is always hard, which is why I'm a marathoner. Like that's why I like to binge an entire series, because I just like to stay with my characters. And I think having direction in a vlog concept is really gonna help me. So I think I'm gonna do a Reader DNF episode where I'm reading like the sequels that get me caught up. There are a lot of series right now that just had a release, and like if I read that anticipated release, I'll be like caught up again and ready for the next one. And so I think that's what I'm gonna do. And it's direction. It's a smaller pool of books to choose from. It has me excited because like there's Fury Bound on there, which is a 5-star prediction that I've been so obsessed with and very excited for. Like, you know, like that's what I'm hoping that will happen. But I want to come back to Bloodbound. It is my book club book for the month of May, so I'm hoping to get this into a vlog at some point in May because I was really enjoying this. Like even throughout the burnout, I wasn't mad about this book. I was happy. I was excited to read it. Like there was nothing wrong with this book. There was something wrong with me. I'm gonna be easy on myself, you know, like sometimes burnout just happens and all the comments are gonna be like, you're too hard on yourself. It's hard because it's also my job. Like it really is hard because if I don't make content, if I'm not reading books to make content, I'm not making money. Like this is my full-time job, and at this point it is our main money source of income because Nick's also been laid off and there's just a lot going on to it right now. And I think that existing in that pressure is not helping me. I'm someone who doesn't do that well under like stress like that, and I tend to like push it down and avoid it. So I wonder how much of that is actually just affecting me and my reading mood and things like that I don't even realize. But I'm hoping that if I have more direction, that'll help me. And maybe if Mel and me limit our gaming time next month because it's Escape the Readathon and we want to be present and stuff like that, that will also help because we did a lot of gaming in this last 2 weeks. Like we've done like 70 hours of Baldur's Gate 3, and I think that also has affected my reading for sure. I know it has, but I'm also not mad because I had one of the best experiences of my life. Like playing Baldur's Gate 3 with Mel has been so much fun. Don't tell her, but I think that it was like exactly what we needed. Like I love her even more from playing this game with her. Like I feel like we just had like the best time, and I cannot wait to play other games with her. Like I truly think this is one of the best experiences that I've had. Yeah, I'm also wearing the cardigan that I never 100% finished. It needs buttons still, but it angers me because like down here looks really wonky. So I don't know how I feel about it, but it's done and it's complete, and I thought wearing something that I made myself would make me happy. And like at least I completed one thing this month, even though I said I was going to crochet a whole other sweater and I didn't even start that sweater. Don't hold me accountable. I also started a sourdough starter. Didn't make sourdough, didn't color, didn't do any of my other hobbies besides video gaming. It's been a month. I'm burnt out, and that's just like a fact right now, and I will continue to try to fight it. So thanks for hanging out with me, and I'll leave some videos on the screen in case you want to keep hanging out with me. Hopefully somewhere I'm not so burnt out. And if you'd like to leave me an emoji just to say you were here, leave me a fire emoji. And have yourselves an absolutely remarkable day.